Hello, guys. Good evening.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, hello.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, how are you? Good?
Good.
Okay, very good. I'm glad to hear that. We are going to wait just 2 more minutes for all the other students to connect, and then we'll start checking the attendance, right? Let's give them a couple of minutes. All right, guys, let's start checking the attendance for our class today. Let's see, Karen Acevedo.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Steven Fonseca.
Here, teacher.
Okay. Sergio Gómez. Sergio. Not here. Clara Martínez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jorge Moreno.
Present, teacher.
All right. Natalia Navarro.
Present.
Okay, good. Diego Olarte.
Present, teacher.
All right. Valentina Ortiz.
Present, Miss.
Okay. Manuela Ortiz. Manuela Ortiz. Manuela. Joan Pavón.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Beatriz Pedraza.
Present, teacher.
All right. Hamilton Peña.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Tomara Rincón.
Present, teacher.
Jessica Ríos.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Next is Catherine Rodríguez.
Present, Miss.
Okay. Marlon Sánchez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Mendy Santa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Manuel Sepúlveda.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Okay, Manuela, I see your message. Thank you, Manuel. María Alejandra Vega.
Present, teacher.
Okay. And Vanessa Zambrano. Vanessa. Okay, thank you, Vanessa. All right. Excellent, guys. So let's start our class today. Let me show you the presentation. All right. So we're going to start our class today, March 13th. This is the agenda. So remember we had a little homework from the previous topic, the previous pages. We're going to check that. Then we're going to practice with the Kahoot, the uses of would and used to. Then we will check the new vocabulary. Oh, okay. Hello, Sergio. Sorry. Okay. Okay, Sergio, thank you. Yes, Hamilton?
Teacher, I don't understand the difference between used to and would.
Okay, so let's check the homework, the previous homework, and then we will review one more time, used to and would, okay? And one moment, please. Then we will check the new vocabulary, remember and forgetting, a short discussion, if we have time for another Kahoot, and then the task. So we have many things to do today. Hopefully we will have enough time to do them all, or if not, most of them. So before we start checking the topic of would and used to, I want to check the previous homework. So from Friday that we had on page 19. Do you remember the homework on page 19? No?
Yes, teacher.
All right. Yes. So it was point 1A, right? I think we had to complete point 1A. So we have 1, 2, 3 situations. I will start reading and you can tell me what is the correct verb in each case. 1. At exactly what time in a traffic jam, I drove or was driving to a big football match with my mate, but the traffic was really terrible and tragically we were missing the first half of the match. So the first one, at exactly that time, I sat or was sitting?
I was sitting in a traffic
sitting.
jam.
I was sitting, sorry. I was sitting. A esa hora estaba en un trancón. Okay. I drove to a big football match. With my mate. I drove or was driving. In this case, it can be both. I think it's better to say was driving because it indicates a longer action. Entonces, en este caso, podría ser cualquiera, pero was driving indica una duración de la acción. Entonces, usamos was driving. A football match with my mate, but the traffic was terrible. And tragically, we missed. Nos perdimos. We missed the first half of the match. Perdimos la primera mitad del partido. Okay, the second one. When I was a young child, my sister and I always watched. Yes, always watched TV together on a Sunday morning. One Sunday, we came or were coming downstairs. We came downstairs porque ellas bajaron, no hubo nada que interrumpiera esa acción. Entonces, we came downstairs, bajamos, and switched on the TV. Todo lo hicieron, ¿no? Entonces, bajaron, prendieron el televisor. Todas son acciones finalizadas. Switched on the TV. But they didn't show or weren't showing all our usual favorite programs.
Weren't showing.
No estaban presentando nuestro programa favorito. Instead, every channel showed or was showing pictures of.
What show?
Oops, give me a moment. They were showing, yes. Estaban mostrando, every channel, was showing, estaba mostrando fotos de los presentadores. And they were very serious. We didn't understand or what weren't understanding. Why?
We didn't understand.
Didn't understand why. Okay, and finally, number 3. I can remember when I was about 2.5, 2 años y medio, I sat or was sitting at the kitchen table while
I was 18.
I was sitting at the kitchen table while my mom cooked dinner or was cooking dinner.
Was cooking.
Was cooking. Both actions happen at the same time. I cut out or was cutting out pictures from a magazine.
I was cutting out.
Was cutting out, estaba cortando imágenes from a magazine. Then suddenly, for no reason, I fell. Entonces, cuando hablamos de situaciones suddenly, repentinas, siempre usamos el pasado simple. I fell off my chair and banged or was banging my head quite badly.
Banged.
Entonces todo ocurrió. Me caí y me golpeé la cabeza. My mom took or was taking me.
My mom
Took me to the hospital. Ella me llevó al hospital. Took me to the hospital. Okay? So, do we have any questions about past simple, past continuous? Nope. I think we're good now. So, let's continue on unit 2, but the second part of the language focus, and we are going to answer to Hamilton's question, right? About used to and would. So, generally, when we talk about past habits, activities in the past that we did regularly, we have 3 options. We can say past simple, would, and used to. ¿Ok? Para hablar de hábitos en el pasado, tenemos las 3 opciones. Pasado simple, normal, used to o would. Por ejemplo, I can say, I went to the gym every day. He dado a entender que era una rutina en el pasado. Yo también puedo decir, I would go to the gym every day. ¿Ok? Y finalmente, I used to go to the gym every day. ¿Ok? En significado no hay diferencia. Todas están hablando de un hábito del pasado. ¿Ok? Yo iba al gimnasio todos los días y la used to y would son yo solía ir al gimnasio todos los días. Okay? So in some cases or in most cases we can use would or used to. En la mayoría de casos podemos usar o would o used to. ¿Cuál es la excepción? Remember the exception? ¿Vieron la excepción o no? The exception,
Bueno, que no la aclaremos.
the exception is stative verbs. La excepción son los verbos de estado. Remember what are stative verbs?
Love.
No?
Love, be,
Love, like, think, want, be. All of these verbs related to your brain, right? So it's not an action, but it's a state. Love, like, hate, think, want, be. Todos esos verbos de estado, stative verbs. I will finish and then Santiago, you can talk. All these verbs, stative verbs, we only use used to. We cannot say would. El verbo vivir, por ejemplo, también es de estado. Entonces, cuando digo, por ejemplo, yo solía vivir en Bogotá. I used to live in Bogotá. ¿Ok? En este caso no puedo usar el would. ¿Ok? Esa es la excepción. Para verbos de estado solo puedo usar used to. No would. Yes, Santiago?
Teacher, so I cannot say I would like.
Eso es otro uso del would, ¿ok? El would tiene varios usos. Entonces,
Sí.
el would like es el me gustaría, ¿no? Eso
Sí.
es una situación hipotética, que ya lo vimos en uno de los condicionales. Ese es el uso del would, ¿ok? Would like como condicional, como situación hipotética. I would like, puedes apagar el micrófono un poquito. I would like to visit many different countries. Me gustaría visitar muchos países diferentes, ¿ok? Eso es una situación hipotética. No estoy hablando de mi vida ahora ni en el pasado. No, es una situación hipotética del futuro. Ese es el condicional would like. Otro uso del would puede ser una oferta, ¿no? Would you like to have some tea? ¿Te gustaría algo de té? Entonces, eso es una oferta. Ese es otro uso del would. Y estamos viendo hoy un tercer uso del would, que es para hablar del pasado. Es el solía, ¿no? Yo solía ir, yo solía visitar, yo solía hacer. ¿Ok?
Ok, teacher.
This is
Vale,
it.
profe.
Ujú.
Entonces la única forma de darse uno cuenta es por digamos, en el uso del would es por el contexto, porque no realmente podría significar
Tienen,
otra cosa.
yes, exactly. Entonces, el would es como en otro tiempo que vimos que me acuerdo en este momento es el uso del presente continuo para hablar del futuro, ¿no? I'm going to the beach tomorrow. Ese es un presente continuo, I'm going. Pero estoy hablando del futuro, ¿no? Entonces siempre es el contexto. El would en algunas oraciones puede ser el solía y en otras puede ser el me gustaría, el condicional o una oferta. Entonces siempre es como por el contexto y pues también ya tenemos como unas estructuras determinadas. Voy a escribir unos ejemplos y ustedes me dirán si es would para el pasado o es would en el condicional. ¿Ok? I would ok. Two situations, two sentences. En el chat tenemos dos ejemplos. I would drink a cup of coffee every morning, but I don't anymore. Otro ejemplo. I would like to drink coffee every morning, but my doctor says I can't. ¿Cuál es del pasado? Number one o number two?
Number one.
Number one,
teacher.
yes. Solía beber café todas las mañanas, pero ya no lo hago más. I don't
Number
anymore.
2, me.
Number one is the past. Number one, I would drink a cup of coffee every morning, but I don't anymore. Yo solía beber una taza de café todas las mañanas, pero ya no lo hago más. La número dos dice, me gustaría, I would like to drink coffee every morning, but my doctor says I can't. ¿Esto es algo real o es hipotético?
Es real.
No, it's not real. Me gustaría beber café todas las mañanas. ¿Lo bebo? No. Okay, I don't do this. It's something I would like. Es una aspiración. Es algo que no está ocurriendo en este momento. Sinónimo del want. Pero mi doctor dice que no puedo hacerlo. Entonces, ¿lo voy a hacer? No. Ok. Ahí es una situación irreal porque ya sé que no lo puedo hacer. Me gustaría hacerlo, pero no lo puedo hacer. Okay? So you can see, when you see would like, siempre que vemos el would like, será probablemente una situación hipotética. Ya sabemos que para el pasado no podemos usar verbos de estar. ¿Ok? Cuando hablamos del would, para el pasado. Este uso del would, para responder una pregunta que me hizo Jorge, ¿cuál es más común? Which is most common in speech, oral communication. It's more common to say used to, but would is used in text. Entonces, este uso del would para hablar del pasado se ve mucho en textos, ¿ok? En una historia, contando una historia. I would spend all day on the beach and go out every night. ¿Ok? Yo solía pasar todos los días en la playa y salir cada noche. ¿Ok? So this is the answer. For speaking, is more common to have used to, and maybe in writing, in some stories, we can see would. Okay?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, guys, good. So now that we know about used to and would, I want to play a short Kahoot just to review. Let me open the link for you. I will send you the link. Okay, please join the link for the Kahoot.
Profe, el verbo siempre va en infinitivo con el would, ¿cierto?
Yes. Esa es otra de las reglas. El would y el used to, el verbo que le sigue siempre irá en infinitivo en su forma básica, pero sin tú, ¿no? Would, go, would visit o used to, visit, used to be. Ok, el verbo en su forma básica.
Ok, thank you, teacher.
Okay, let's start. Okay, let's see the last question. All right, let's check the results. Kiara, very good. Sergio and Jorge. Now we are going to see the most difficult question in this case. It was question number 2. Fadi to class late for his Egyptian teacher. The correct answer was didn't used to come. Why it cannot be wouldn't came? ¿Por qué no puede ser la roja, wouldn't came? Do you know?
Deber ir más.
El verbo está en pasado. Y siempre que usamos would o wouldn't para hablar del pasado, el otro verbo debe ir en su forma básica, ¿ok? Cuando usamos would y used to. Entonces, la única opción correcta opción acertada era la verde, didn't used to come. ¿Ok? Do you have any other questions about used to and would? Maybe from other questions? No, here, Morgan used to teach dance classes. Esta no podría ser porque el verbo estaba en pasado, used to talk. No. Number 3, this was correct. School. This is incorrect. School. Which sentence is incorrect? Ok, debemos buscar la que estaba incorrecta. School used to be boring, era correcta. When I was young, school would be boring, correcta. School was boring, era correcta. La única que era incorrecta era la roja, used to be. ¿Por qué incorrecta? Le falta la D al use, ¿ok? Esa era la respuesta. Number 4, ¿cuál es correcta? Which question is correct? Did you used to play guitar? Entonces recordemos, auxiliar did y el verbo use en presente. Las otras estaban mal porque tenían el verbo en pasado, used. Y esta igual. Did you used to play? Está peor porque tenía el verbo en pasado acá y en pasado acá. Debemos buscar era la correcta, the correct one. Okay. And I think those were the more difficult questions. This one. Which one goes with negative sentences and questions? Esta pregunta era engañosa. ¿Cuál va con oraciones negativas y preguntas? Para preguntas y oraciones negativas usamos used to, porque usamos el auxiliar, ¿no? Did, o did you used to, o didn't used to. Entonces, ahí la respuesta era la azul. ¿Ok? Para negativas y preguntas. All right? I'm going to send you the link of the Kahoot in case you want to continue practicing. If you want to play it again, you can do it. All right? Okay, guys. So we can continue with our activities for today. Let's take a look at the book on page 21. Page 21, we are going to check some vocabulary related to remembering and forgetting. Okay, what is remember? Do you know?
Recordar.
Yes, recordar. And forgetting.
Olvidar.
Olvidar. Very good. Remembering and forgetting. So here we have 4 verbs. Remember, remind, forget, and recognize. So it is important for us to know and understand in which cases can we use certain verbs, okay? En qué casos podemos usar el verbo remember, remind, forget, and recognize. Okay? For example, remember, we can say, remember meeting someone for the first time. Entonces, I remember meeting my best friend. Entonces, ahí lo puedo usar. Remember when something happened. I remember when the Queen Elizabeth died, okay? Recordar cuando ocurrió algo. Remember a person, a word, an appointment, etc. Recordar a una persona, una palabra, una cita, etc. Remember to phone someone. Recordar, llamar a alguien. Remember to phone someone. Lo que debemos hacer acá es tachar una de las situaciones que no corresponde. En este caso, para remember es la última situación. Remember someone to phone you. Para esta situación, someone to phone you, el verbo que usamos es remind. ¿Ok? Y acá es donde nos puede causar confusión porque en español el remember y el remind son iguales, recordar. Diríamos, el remind es más como acordarle a alguien hacer algo, ¿no? Remind. Entonces, remember no lo podemos usar en esa situación. Remember someone to phone you? No, ¿ok? Si quieres recordarle a alguien que te llame, el verbo que usamos es remind, ¿ok? Remind someone to phone you. Entonces, esto pasa con los otros verbos que tenemos acá. Remind, forget y recognize. Vamos a ver con cuáles situaciones no los podemos usar, ¿ok? Let's pay attention. So, I can remind someone to call me or to phone me. Puedo recordarle a alguien que me llame. Remind. Remind someone about a message. Puedo recordarle a alguien un mensaje. O remind someone of another person. For example, if I say this sentence, you remind me of my sister. You remind me of my sister. Do you understand what this means?
Sí, que tú me recordaste a mi hermana.
Ajá, puede ser físicamente o en otra característica. Tú me recuerdas a mi hermana. You remind me of my sister. ¿Ok? Entonces,
Alguien
yes.
remind to do something, no es como recordarle hacer algo o algo así, ¿no?
Claro, entonces en este caso no podemos usar el remind para nosotros mismos, ¿ok? En este caso sería remember, recordar, hacer algo. Entonces, por eso es que es confuso para nosotros porque es la misma palabra en inglés y en español. La diferencia es el remember, es algo que yo hago, ¿ok? Y para mí, ¿no? Entonces, recordar hacer algo, remember, I remember to do something. Remind es a esta persona, recordarle a alguien que haga algo, ¿ok? Recordarle a alguien un mensaje. O tú me recuerdas a otra persona, ¿ok? Remind someone of another person.
Teacher, ¿se puede
Yes.
también remind someone to do something?
Remind, sí, claro. Recordarle a alguien que haga algo. Sí, también podría ser. Remind your sister to take the trash out. ¿Ok? Recuérdale a tu hermana sacar la basura. Recordarle a alguien que haga algo sería remind. Ahora tenemos forget. So, forget that you did something. Puedes olvidar que hiciste algo. Forget. O to do something. Olvidarte de hacer algo. Forget. Forget a birthday, puedes olvidar un cumpleaños, un mensaje, una cita, forget. And forget of something, no, forget about something, ¿ok? Aquí la diferencia es en la preposición que usamos. Para forget usaríamos about. I forget about something. Me olvido de algo, ¿ok? No of, sino about. Forget about something. And the last verb is recognize, reconocer. Recognize someone o someone's face, reconocer a alguien o a la cara de alguien. Recognize to do something, este no lo podemos usar. Reconocer, hacer algo, no. Recognize a piece of music, a painting, a place. Reconocer eso, música, reconocer una pintura, un lugar, etc. Okay, recognize. So, we have the vocabulary. Please cross out the phrase. Pueden ustedes tachar en su libro la frase que no podemos usar en cada una de ellas. Okay? And we are going to practice with point 2. I want you to read the questions and complete the questions where it's necessary. Vamos a completar las preguntas donde sea necesario. ¿Ok? Puede que no en todas sea necesario completarlas. So we have 8 questions. Let's take a look about the examples here. And you can complete the questions in point 2. I'm going to give you some minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, and then we will check the answers together. Okay? If you have questions, please let me know in the chat. Okay, this image can help you. Oops, sorry. Let's see, maybe we can open here. Okay, here's the picture. So remember, it refers to your own memory, information that you hold and you store in your memory. You remember the holidays that we had 2 years ago, and remind causes someone to think of something, to make someone remember something, hacer que alguien se acuerde de algo, ¿no? The weather reminds me of that holiday. El clima me recuerda a esas vacaciones, okay? So this is, I'm going to send you this link in case you want to check it. The differences between remember and remind. Okay, guys, let me know when you finish so we can check your answers. Remember, it's not necessary to complete all the sentences. No todas deben llevar algo, ¿ok? Algunas ya están completas. Okay, guys, I think you had some time to work on it. So let's start reading. I'm going to ask you to read the sentence with the answer that you selected, okay? So, Jorge, can you read the first one, please? How did you complete the sentence?
Yes, teacher. Did anyone important forget to mean your birthday this year?
In this case, no. Forget. Aquí ya está el verbo. No debías poner otro verbo. Forget. ¿Alguien importante se olvidó? No es necesario nada. Forget your birthday this year. Olvidar algo, ¿no? Forget something. A birthday. Aquí estaba, míralo.
Okay.
Entonces no necesitábamos nada. Forget, no problem. Forget your birthday this year. ¿Ok? Entonces aquí no necesitamos nada. We don't need anything.
Thank you, teacher.
Number 2. Let's see, maybe Diego, can you read it? Diego.
Who usually reminds you do things?
No le pusiste
Anything?
nada.
No, teacher.
Someone reminds you to do things. En ese caso sería el to, ¿ok? Alguien te recuerda de hacer algo, ¿no? Someone to do things. Aquí sería el to. Number 2, second sentence, we say. Number 3, maybe Kiara. Can you read it?
Teacher, why is the mind the mistake to do something?
Reminds you to do things. Acá, como estamos hablando de alguien, who usually reminds you to do something. Aquí el problema es que no podemos usar remind como para decir que yo recuerdo hacer algo, eso sería remember, ¿ok? Que alguien me recuerda hacer algo sería remind, ¿ok? Remind, acá, esta oración sería correcta si dijera remind someone to do something. ¿Ok? ¿Sí me entiendes? El remember es personal. Yo me acuerdo de hacer algo. Remind es de alguien. Yo le recuerdo a alguien hacer algo. Entonces, el error no es el to do, sino que le falta el someone to do something. Le recuerdo a alguien hacer algo. Okay, this is the thing. Number 3, who I say, Kiara?
Kiara,
Okay.
can you remember anything about you were at nursery school? What can you remember?
What did you say about you? Can you remember anything about when you were at nursery school? Estamos hablando de una situación. Entonces, en ese caso sería esta. Remember when something happened. Remember when you were at nursery school. ¿Recuerdas cuando estabas en la escuela de enfermería? So, number 3 is when. Remember when you were at nursery school. Number 4, maybe let's see, Joan Sebastian. Number 4, have you
forgotten?
Have you
forgotten to do anything important this week?
Yes, so it's 2. Have you forgotten to do anything important this week? Is forgot to do something. There it is. Okay. For number 5 and 6, we don't need anything, all right? Does anyone in class remind you of someone famous? ¿Alguien en clase te recuerda a alguien famoso? Do you usually recognize pop songs quickly? Acá no necesitamos nada.
Is possible? Do you usually recognize some pop songs quickly?
Yes, it could be. Not necessary, but it could be. Algunas canciones, yes. And number 7, let's read it, maybe Catherine?
Yes, Miss. Number 7, is there anyone you must remember to phone today?
Yes, so number 5 is 2. Is there anyone you must remember to phone today? Number, sorry, what's number 7? Number 5 no tiene nada, era number 7. And the last one, you don't need anything. Have you ever seen anyone famous in the street? How did you recognize him or her? Okay, no necesitamos Nada más. All right. I know it's a little confusing. It can be difficult. So I want us to continue practicing. I have another Kahoot. It's very, very short. And in this case, it is to practice the use of or the vocabulary in, here it is, right? The vocabulary about remembering and forgetting. So let's practice, and after the Kahoot, we will see if you have any other questions. I'm going to open the link one more time to practice vocabulary of remembering and forgetting. Okay, let's start. All right, we finished. Let's check the results. Very good, Manuel, Natalia, and Santiago. Okay, let's see the questions, the complete questions. Tell me, what did you think of the activity? Was it difficult, easy for you?
Difficult.
It's confused.
Yes,
Interesting.
it can be confusing. Let's look at the questions.
Number 3, teacher.
Okay, I want to read all of them. So, the smell of old buildings always reminds me of my school days, reminds me of. 2, as soon as she heard his voice, she recognized him immediately. Here we have it, recognize someone, okay? Reconocer a alguien, no necesitamos el to. Recognize him, recognize her sister, etc. Number 3, the course was so boring that they forgot about what they had learned very quickly. Se olvidaron de lo que habían aprendido. Forget about something. Aquí estaba, ¿no? Forget about something. Not that, but about. Okay? Forget about. Then, can you remind me to phone Mr. Fielding tomorrow morning? Number 5, listen to this song. Do you recognize it?
Teacher, sorry.
Uh -huh.
For the number 3, it's not possible that in the book forget that you did something.
Olvidarte, olvidarte de que hiciste algo. O sea, es otro verbo. You forget that you visited your mom. Okay? O you forget about the visit. ¿Sí me entiendes? Ese
Yes.
that es con otro verbo. En este caso sería solamente de algo, about something. You forget about what they had learned.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Number 5, number 6. I'll never forget. Oh, this one is tricky. I'll never forget To meet my wife for the first time, it was so romantic. Or I'll never forget meeting my wife for the first time. It is so romantic. This one is tricky. It can be. I want to show you something. So you see my search, what I'm looking for? Yes, can you see the images?
Yes, teacher. Of
Yes.
Okay.
course.
So here
Yes.
I have a picture, right? So we use forget plus ing to say that we forgot or that we didn't forget something that happened in the past. Entonces, ese verbo forget más un verbo con ing, en ese caso, en la actividad era forget meeting, nunca olvidaré conocer a mi esposa. This is for something that happened in the past. Es algo que ya ocurrió, ¿no? Que está en el pasado. Y cuando usamos el to, forget to meet, es para hablar, to say that we forget something that we want or need to do. Entonces, son dos usos diferentes. No nos podemos olvidar de algo que queremos o necesitamos hacer. ¿Ok? Entonces, ambos son correctos, pero son dos usos diferentes. Por ejemplo, I say, I forgot, o Okay, I forget to wash the dishes o I forgot to wash the dishes. Es algo que yo quiero o necesito hacer. Ok. Versus el ejemplo que les puse acá es I forgot, I will never forget meeting my wife. Eso es algo que ocurrió. For the first time, it was so romantic. Nunca olvidaré el conocer a mi esposa, la primera vez que vi a mi esposa, que me encontré a mi esposa. Fue tan romántico, entonces algo que ya está en el pasado. Por eso usamos el ing, ¿ok? So, you can continue practicing this. This is not the focus, no es nuestro enfoque de hoy, pero para que reconozcamos. Forget to o forget más ing tienen dos usos diferentes. All right? I'm going to send you the picture in case you want to see, to study it so you remember. All right. Where are we? Here. As soon as he saw his boss, he realized he had forgotten to give her the message. Aquí tenemos el otro ejemplo con el forgotten, ¿no? Apenas vio a su jefe, se dio cuenta que había olvidado entregarle el mensaje. Entonces, ella quería o necesitaba entregarle el mensaje. Forgotten to give her the message. Number 8, do you remember?
Teacher, qué pena.
Yes.
En la
Yes.
anterior, pues para mí fue un poco confuso, digamos, en qué casos utilizaríamos ahí el giving como con ese, como con
No,
esa estructura.
con esta oración no quedaría bien. Podrías decir, I forgot giving my mom the keys to the house. Okay. Es algo que ocurrió en el pasado. 3 years ago, I forgot giving the keys of the house to my mom, and she had to go to my work and get it, ¿ok? Si es algo que ya está en el pasado y que ya no puedo solucionar, sería con ing given, ¿ok?
Ok.
En este
Ok.
caso es algo que él necesitaba hacer, ¿ok? Que necesitaba hacer. Olvidó to give her the message. So this is the use. Number 8, do you remember when we got lost in Prague? Cuando nos perdimos en better. And the last one, can you remind Chris about the message I left him? I think he has forgotten. Remind about. All right. So yes, it's a bit confusing. I'm going to look for more exercises to give you so you can continue practicing in the book. Also on page maybe 136. I think you have other exercises related to this vocabulary. Let me check. Here. So here on page 137, you have another exercise to continue practicing. Forget, remind, remember, etc. Okay, you can do it individually if you want extra practice. Page 137 in the book. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Very good. Okay, guys, so I think we will have enough time. I want to do the task for this unit 2, because it is very interesting. Is for you to describe a personal memory. So I think it's useful. You can use the vocabulary that we have studied, the use of past, and all of this. Okay, so we're going to listen to 3 stories, and we are going to match them. We are going to choose the best title for each story. I have here, they are related to some images. Okay, so we're going to listen to the story and select the best title for each. A memorable celebration, a story about a childhood pet, meeting someone important in my life, meeting a famous person, a time I got into trouble, a time I was really frightened, a childhood accident, a trip I will never forget, and a day when everything went wrong. Okay, so this is the titles. We are going to listen and select the most appropriate for each story.
Unit 2, recording 6.
Can you listen well?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
6. 1. I remember when I was about 8 or 9, I had a pet. It was my first pet, actually, and it was a little budgie called Ollie. I named her Ollie because it was the year of the Olympics. I can't remember which year it was. But this bird was really unusual because quite quickly she became very tame. And I used to come home from school and I'd pick her up off wherever she was perching, and I'd take her upstairs and she'd sit on the side of the bed while I did my homework, and then she'd jump onto my pen while I was writing, or she'd jump onto my hair and chew it. Sometimes during dinner time she'd actually jump onto the plate and skid around in the sauce, which wasn't very hygienic. But I don't actually know what happened to her, because one day we all got so used to just her being around the house that one day my mother came in with some washing, the back door was open and she just flew off, and we never found her again. It's a bit sad, really. 2.
Right. This is a story of something that happened to me when I was, I think, about 11 or 12. So I was actually quite old, which makes it more embarrassing. I was in the garden at my parents' house, and I think they were having a party because there were lots of people there, family members and their friends. And I had this swing on a cherry tree in the garden that my dad had made me when I was quite little. And on this day, I jumped onto the swing, as I would do any other day. And the branch that the swing was attached to fell clean off the tree, and the swing hit me in the head and I blacked out. Very briefly, I was fine, but it was so embarrassing in front of lots of people that I know and who still remember it today.
3.
Right, so it was a time when I was really frightened, and it was about 2 years ago when I was on holiday in Sicily, and one afternoon we decided to hire a boat to go and sail around the coast. It started off quite nicely. The sun was shining, and we were sunbathing. But then we decided to drop the anchor and stay still for a little while. But I didn't know that you shouldn't use the engine when the anchor is dropped. So somehow the rope got tangled up in the engine, and the engine stopped working. So we were stuck. The boat started floating out towards the sea, and also at the same time the weather changed. It became very windy, and the sea got choppy, and we were quite scared. So when we looked in the boat, the radio didn't work, so we couldn't ask for any help. We thought we were going to be stuck there all night because we had no way of contacting anybody. There was water coming in the boat, we were cold, it was windy, and we didn't know what to do. It was desperation, really. But in the end, it was okay because my girlfriend managed to find the telephone number of the people who gave us the boat. So after about half an hour, maybe, they came and rescued us. But at the time, it was we were very worried and very scared.
Okay, let's see what if you could match each story to one of the titles. Can you tell me for the first story, which one did you choose?
A story about a childhood pet.
Yes, number 1 was a story about a childhood pet. For story number 2.
A childhood accident.
A childhood accident. And for number 3.
A time it was really frightening.
A time it was really frightened. Let's see. We have story 1, yes. Story 2, childhood accident. And for story 3, we can have both, right? A time I was really frightened or a day when everything went wrong. Puede ser cualquiera de las dos. Una vez que estuve muy asustado o una vez en la que todo salió mal. All right, so here you have some examples of some stories about childhood memories, okay? So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do it individually, all right? So the idea for you is to write an important memory, your own memory, okay? You can think about an example from these categories, right? La idea es que pensemos en un recuerdo importante para nosotros. Puede ser de una de esas categorías, ¿no? Una celebración, una mascota de nuestra niñez, cuando conocimos a alguien importante, a alguien famoso, alguien importante me refiero en nuestra vida, ¿no? Un amigo, la pareja, etc. Aunque como son de childhood, pues preferiríamos que fueran de childhood, pero pueden ser recuerdos más recientes. A time when I was really frightened, cuando estuve muy asustado, cuando me metí en problemas, un viaje que nunca olvidaré, etc. Okay? Any important memory for you, you can choose. And you're going to think about it. Then you're going to think about how to tell your story. You can use these questions to guide you. Vamos a usar esas preguntas para guiarnos, ¿ok? De cómo debemos escribir nuestra historia. What kind of event was it? ¿Qué evento fue? And why do you still remember this? What is the background of the event? Entonces, si tenemos alguna información previa, un contexto, what was the background? What were the main things that happened? ¿Cuáles fueron los hechos principales que ocurrieron? And how did this end? Okay, ¿cómo terminó esta situación? How did it end? So you're going to write it down, an important memory. I'm going to give you the instructions on where to write it soon, okay? Ya les voy a dar las instrucciones de en dónde lo debemos escribir. Before writing, I want to check the useful language, okay? Let's read the useful language quickly. Hamilton, can you read the useful language for introducing the story? Hamilton? No here. So maybe Mandy. Mandy is here? No. Here.
Teacher, I can read.
Okay, Jorge, thank you.
I remember when. This is the history of something that happened to me when I was about 11. It was about 2 years ago. At that time, I was living or working or studying in. I was with my sister. I used to come home from a school. The sun was shining.
Shining, okay? So this is the context. Este es el contexto, ¿no? I remember when. This is the story of what happened to me. At that time, I was studying, I was living, I was with my sister, my husband, my friend, whatever. Okay, ese es el context, the context. Then let's read to describe the events. Natalia, can you read the useful language?
Yes, describing the events. One day, suddenly, then after a while, at the same time.
Very good. One day or suddenly, entonces el evento principal. Que ocurrió de repente o un día, después, etc. Maria, can you read the sentences, see how you felt?
It was so embarrassing. It was a bit sad.
A bit sad, un poco triste, a
bit
bit sad.
At the time, we were very worried.
Worried. Entonces, ¿cómo nos sentimos? It was so exciting, it was so frightening. At the time, we were happy, we were worried. Okay, how you felt. Karen, can you read the sentences to end the story? Karen? Or maybe let's listen to Marlon, ending the story.
Ending the story, eventually, in the end.
In the end, yes. So eventually or in the end, para terminar nuestra historia. Al final, ¿qué ocurrió? Okay, so you're going to write the story. I'm going to send you the link o where you are going to write. Ya les voy a enviar el enlace de donde debemos escribir nuestra historia. Okay, so here you are going to work individually. This is the link with the presentation. You already know you have 21 slides. So I'm going to show you the number. Your assigned number. Here it is. Okay, you can see it. Okay. There you go. Number 1 is Karen. Number 11, Beatriz. Number 21, Vanessa. So go to your slide and follow the instructions. Choose one important memory in your life and use the questions to guide you. Usamos las preguntas y las frases del useful language para ayudarnos a escribir nuestro recuerdo. Okay. Let's write at least 40 words. Vamos a escribir al menos 40 palabras.
I can write, teacher.
You can't? ¿No puedes?
Teacher, me too. I'm working through the cell phone.
Okay, so in case, maybe you can write it on the chat and you send it to me at the end. I will put it on your presentation. Okay. So I included here. Include pictures if you have them. If you can easily get a picture, maybe from this memory, it would be nice to have it. It's not mandatory, no es obligatorio, la foto es opcional, ¿no? Include a picture if you have it. So we will have the rest of the class to write our important memory. If you have questions about vocabulary or phrases, you can tell me on the chat.
Teacher, can I see where the number of the slides are? Thank you.
Okay. Please put your names on your slides, okay? Incluyan los nombres en su presentación. Okay, guys, so we are about to finish the class, so please finish this activity. The due date is for Wednesday, all right? Wednesday noon. El tiempo límite para la actividad es el mediodía del miércoles, okay? Tomorrow you are going to have the class with teacher Marilyn, all 4 hours with her, all right? So I will see you again on Wednesday, all right? Okay, guys, is it clear?
Yes, Miss.
All right, so
Yes,
please
teacher. Thank
finish
you.
this activity on before Wednesday at noon, antes del miércoles a mediodía. And I will check it in the afternoon. Okay, guys, thank you. Bye-bye. See
Bye, teacher.
see
Have a
you.
good night.
Bye-bye, good night.
Bye-bye.
Teacher.
Bye-bye.